going to be doing a video all about self-tanning. And I know that people usually have a lot of questions when it comes to self-tanning. What products should I be using? What should I be doing before and after I self-tan? Does it work as well as normal tanning? And so I've used self-tanners for years now. I have extremely pale skin, as you can see. I am a bit more tan than it shows up on camera because the light washes me out. But I am very pale. I'm a very pale person, and so I use self-tanners like they're going out of style. And I've just always found that the sun is so damaging for your skin. Like when you do get a sunburn and it gets all red and it hurts and it starts to peel, like if you didn't believe any of the research, then that itself should show you how harmful the sun is for your skin. So I like to wear sunscreen when I go out, and you do get a little bit of a tan when you do wear sunscreen, but it takes so long. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite self-tanners, as well as give you guys a few tips and tricks so that when you buy your own self-tanner, you'll know what to look for. So the first trick I have for you, trick number 1, is don't go for something gradual. I've got this gradual one here. This is actually the same one as the Jergens. I'll show you the cover of the Jergens. This is the one for the face. I still have Jergens version. And this is the Life brand version of the Jergens. The exact same product, just kind of like a store brand of it. And this is Shoppers Drug Mart's brand, for those in the States who aren't sure what Life is. The gradual tanners I just don't find work. And you'll look at reviews and they'll be like, oh yeah, it gave me a slight glow. Like, no, it doesn't work. This one is for medium skin tones as well. You can see kind of what it's supposed to make your skin look like and what it starts out with. First of all, the starting point is white. Like paper white. That's not a medium skin tone, A. And B, even most pale people don't have like stark white skin. It just doesn't work. And I've tried a whole whack load of gradual tanners because you think that a gradual tanner will kind of build you up to that color you want to be, and you won't look all of a sudden, you know, pale to tan. You'll look gradually. It'll look like you did it naturally. You won't have to worry about getting too tan too quickly. It just doesn't give you a tan. You're wasting your $12 by purchasing a gradual tanner. It just doesn't work. And then as far as this one goes for the face, you would also think that you should use a gradual tan for the face. And this one has SPF 20 in it, so you would really think you should use it. I've used it for the SPF, and I'm assuming that works, but it doesn't tan your face at all. So I just wouldn't go for a gradual tan, and they do smell better, I guess, for those of you that hate the self-tanner smell. They do, I guess, smell better because they don't have as much tanner in them. It's just that simple. So I would just be really careful. If you want a good tan, don't go for gradual. Trick number 2 is get a tanner with color in it. So what I mean by that is when you're looking for an actual formula, you can obviously, when you're in the store and this has a seal on it, open it up and look at what it looks like. So this one is just a white product. This one, and this is my favorite product, so that you're getting a bit of a sneak peek of it already, is completely dark. And that looks intimidating, but when you actually put it on your skin, you can see where you put the self-tanner, so you're not going to get streaks and you're not going to get blotches because you would have seen it when you were applying it. It's so much easier to rub in. And then you have the added bonus of having the instant effect. So if you want just a little bit of extra tan in the morning, you're going to wear those white shorts and you just don't think you're tan enough for it, you throw this on. Not only will it last a few days, but it will also look instantly more tan because it's got that darker shade in it. So the main purpose of the darker shade, I think personally, is so there are no streaks. You just don't want, you know, one area of your skin to be extremely tan and the other one to be extremely pale. You don't want blotches of it. So it really helps to be able to see where you're applying your product, how much you have on, if there are any streaks. And the only way you can really do that is if the product has tint to it. Trick number 3 is don't buy into the gimmicks. So this is a very gimmicky product. This one is actually from Bath & Body Works, although there are other versions of it. And it's the one that has this little dial. And it again goes from stark paper white to, you know, have lived in the desert all my life tan. And the idea is you go from this lock position to whichever side you want. You start pumping out the formula and you put it on and you get tan, and you get the tan that you want. The way it works is that it's actually got two sections to it, and one section has a moisturizer and the other section has a self tanner. So depending on what setting you put it on, it will give you a certain ratio of moisturizer to self tanner. Here's the issue with this one, and I know others have done it too. It goes, first time, turn nozzle here and pump until self tanner and lotion dispense together. Then turn dial to your perfect shade. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to bring it to this little sign at your first time, the little arrow. I'll show you. Put it there, and then you start pumping the product until you get both self tanner and lotion coming out. Easy. You would imagine the self tanner to be a dark tint like I showed you before, the moisturizer to be a light, so when they're pumping out together, you obviously know that there are two products being pumped out. I didn't know until I wasted almost half the bottle that the self tanner is actually a white, and so is the lotion. So the only reason why I knew is because I looked up so many reviews online and it took a long time to figure it out, but finally I realized it's never going to come out a bronze color and I'm waiting for nothing, and I just wasted half the bottle. The second problem with just these general self tanners is that you're only getting half of a barrel worth of self tanner. So once you've used this a few times, especially if you're going on the darker levels, which I'm sure you will because the light levels don't show up, you're gonna run out of self tanner and you're gonna have a huge pack of lotion. I think you waste a lot of money getting these, and I think you could get the same result in just a normal instant self tanner. So don't buy into these gimmicky, you know, choose your dial shade. It just doesn't work. Tip number 4, make sure you exfoliate first. I instant self-tanned and I exfoliated my entire body with just a body scrub and then my face with a face scrub. I was all soft and exfoliated and then did the tanner and I looked gorgeous. I didn't exfoliate my neck, which is kind of a weird place to exfoliate, and I ended up having a dry spot like right here, and it got all really dark and it looked like a hickey. Like, it looked funny. It looked like I had something wrong with my skin there. And so just, you'll see a world of a difference in the way you self-tan if you exfoliate first. They always say to exfoliate, and I think a lot of people just kind of want to skip that step because they want to go right into it. You don't have to have exfoliated like 10 minutes before. If you just recently exfoliated a couple days ago, you're probably fine. You don't want the product to build up where you have dry skin. With all of that, I'm going to show you my favorite product. I already showed it to you a little bit. This is the Beach Sexy Sun-Kissed Bronze Instant Self-Tan with Tint. It is from Victoria's Secret. You put it on, you can see exactly where you put it on, you get that instant tan, it's got that really pretty glitter, shimmery look to it, and then it lasts probably about 3 days if you don't do anything to it. I haven't done anything to it to my legs, and now it's been the 4th day, and I'm really noticing that it's starting to go away. With my shoulders and my chest, I put it on pretty much every day, because if you were to be out in the sun, that's what would get really the most dark, is your shoulders and your chest and where you're most exposed. So I put just a little bit of it on each day, and it works out really well. So I love this product. It really gives you a glow. Definitely check that Victoria's Secret one out because it looks beautiful, no streaks. It's the most gorgeous self-tanner I've ever used, and I've used pretty much every drugstore one. The Banana Boat one is good too, but I just like that Victoria's Secret one a lot better. I have to admit, I haven't used very upper line ones. I know there are some gurus out here who have used ones from Sephora that were about $28. I just would rather not spend that kind of money if I don't have to. That Victoria's Secret one, by the way, in Canada is $14, and in the States, I believe, is $12. So it is a very good price for a self-tanner. I just don't think you really need to spend more than that for a self-tanner, and so I haven't. So I can't tell you that that is a lot better than the really, really expensive ones, because to be honest, I haven't tried them. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about self-tanner or anything else, please comment in the box below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.